Hey guys, Luke here and welcome to the Japanese Grand Prix. Here it's AOR Season 9, it's round 15 here in the GP2 League. As you can see here, I am last on the grid. It was an intermediate qualifying session, intermediate conditions. I managed to set a lap which probably would have put me, I'm not sure, pole or second. I could definitely prove I was a 10th up when I disconnected from qualifying, so I'm now last on the grid. We're looking to make some positions up and it's lights out and away we go here. Depth trap on my left hand side on the primes. I'm on the options, just looking to get a best start possible and hopefully overtake some cars. Mariloso also on the primes. Managed to get alongside him, as you can see here, coming down into one. Managed to take a couple of cars and look at this, already up into P12 and looking to get Riley boys here around the outside. I think we're going to be able to move into P11. We are. We've moved into P11 and a perfect start from 16th. We're up into P11, which is wonderful stuff. And now looking up maybe at the inside of JD, who's run a little bit wide. We've kept it tight to the apex and this has been the perfect start. We're up into P10 and we're going to look to a good exit, maybe get alongside Tom Chambers, LC, on the prime tires. So he's going to be a threat later on in the race, as you can see here, maybe looking up the inside of Tom. We've cut that corner slightly, but I think we're going to take this second apex nicely. We've managed to make the moves up into P9. It didn't really give us much room, that's why we had to cut the corner now down into the hairpin, I think. Oh, we've been put off by LC, so I think Tom's going to go back through. He is. Will Leroy follow through? I don't think he will, so we're going to look to get a good enough exit, but as you can see here, later on in the lap, spoon curve now, that's Matt who's run wide, so we've managed to take that position. But we're going to get a poor exit. Leroy's got a much better line through there than us. I think he's going to attack here down to 130, but Tom Chambers and LC, I think that is going side by side also, which could be interesting, getting a slipstream off him. So I don't think Leroy's going to be able to make the move down into 130. Tom's run wide. Might be able to look up the inside of him maybe. As you can see, we broke very, very late indeed. We managed to look up his inside. And can we make that move? But look, he's giving us no room on exit. What is he doing? He's giving us absolutely no room on exit, and that's Leroy going through. But we managed to get on the power nice and early, but there's JD on our inside. But now we're going to look maybe on the outside of Leroy. We're running quite high wings, so we're not going to be able to get alongside him. But that's Jazza spinning off. We were put off by him, so we nearly went into him. And now getting a nice exit. We're side by side with JD, looking up his inside now, and he's closed us off. Oh no, we've smashed into Leroy. Leroy's off. And that's Matt collected as well, I believe. Oh no, it's a disaster. We managed to get ourselves a penalty somehow. And we're going to let Leroy through because that was definitely not his fault. He deserves to be ahead. So we're going to let him through. And you see here we're getting another penalty. We've got 2 penalties, but I can tell you that those 2 penalties were removed by the stewards at the end of the race. And it was deemed a racing incident. As you can see here now, later on the lap at Spoon, we're going to hopefully try and pass Leroy again. He's run a little bit wider. He's been slowed down by the game, luckily. But he's managed to keep it around the outside. Can he get a good enough exit? No, he's gone onto the grass. He's been slowed down, and that's moved down. And that's Taylor off on lap 3. Going through the S's, and we're up into P12, and hopefully he can get past Riley boys here for P11. As you can see here, Taylor has quit, I believe. And now we're going to get, or maybe disconnected. I'm not sure, going up the inside. And he's run wide. He's run very wide, and we've taken that position. But what the? We've managed to get a penalty for that somehow. A penalty for nothing. I don't know why we got that penalty. He ran wide, and that was also removed by the stewards at the end of the race, I can tell you. So, yep, we are still in P11 with all 3 penalties so far being removed. And now down into this corner, getting a nice exit. But we've managed to go onto the curb, and that's spat us out just as we were about to attack Melioso. And now we're going to be down to 14th, maybe even 15th if Riley boys can get past us. We've got a terrible line now, and if he can out traction us, we're going to be down to last place. We've got a poor exit, and he's managed to get past us, so I think we're going to be down to 15th here if he gets a good enough exit. And we've managed to let him through just in case our penalty wasn't going to be removed. That would be supporting our penalty removal. But on lap 5 we are in last place once again, so starting from last, we're now last again with Road Warriors, where we should be, I think, in the lead of the race. But anyway, Meridoso's managed to get out of our way, so we're up into P14 now. And looking on to hopefully get a top 10 finish. That was my aim. Look how far I'm behind already. I'm miles away from the points, let alone a top 3 or 5 position. But as you can see here, just biding our time behind Riley boys. There's a long race, still 22 laps. So anything could happen in this race, so we still might be able to get some decent points. As you can see here, getting a good exit out of that corner. We're going to be able to look around his outside maybe, but again, he's closed us off. I don't really know what cars are doing at the moment. They're not really giving us a lot of room, are they? We've taken a nice line through there. Riley boys has gone off and he's tapped us, but we managed to keep it on the track luckily, and we're up into P13 now. Lap 6, Matt has run a little bit wide, but he's got a good exit, and so have we. We're looking right on him now. Hopefully we can make the move into 130, but I think we might come into the pits at the end of this lap just to get out of the traffic and into some clear air. As you can see, we've run very much wide thanks to the dirty air, and now we're just staying behind him into this chicane. Leroy's run very wide. When you get a good enough exit, but I think we could have attacked them, but I thought it might have been a collision if I'd done that, so I decided to come into the pits on lap 6. A very early pit stop for fresh out the prime tyres, looking to go for a longer stint and hopefully push these tyres. There is a chance of rain in this race, I've got to tell you. It was a quite short, I think 13 or 6% chance of rain, but I'm expecting the rain to come at the end. I think it was 13, but you see down to last, but we're in clear, so hopefully we can put some lap times in and hopefully jump the likes of Leroy and Matt. But we are going to be on the slow tyre, and their tyres shouldn't be too bad at this point, but hopefully we can catch up. And as you can see here, lap 8, that is Leroy in the pits, so we managed to jump him quite considerably actually in the pits. I think that's Leroy, should be, but yeah, it is, and we've jumped him by a mile, so that was a great decision to come in when we did. And that's another car. Who's that? That's Matt, who we've also jumped quite comfortably, and Leroy has destroyed his vehicle here on lap 9. And safety car deployed here on lap 9, a big change in this race. You can see the leader there just going through the deadeners now. We're just coming through turn 1, and we have managed to, there's been a safety car, and we've jumped Rez. He's down in 11th now, and that is Jazza just ahead, so up into P10, but more importantly we're back in the race for the win here. As you can see here on lap 11 we have the safety car is coming in, so we're going to look to good exit. We haven't really prevented that restart. It's been a pretty pathetic restart by us, and we're already 6 tenths behind, and Rez is right behind us. Down into 1, is he going to be able to make the move? I think he might, but I think it's not really an overtaking spot turn 1, so we managed to keep that position basis here. Later on in the lap, he's on the option tyres, so he's going to get a much better exit out of there, which he has managed to do. And now he's going to be side by side into 130. Not giving us really much space, is he? But just about enough, and now we're going through side by side. Decided to try and keep it there. As you can see, he's moved across on me, and now I've got nowhere to go but into the back of him. And that's another penalty. Penalty jumps before I can tell you. That was lag. He said that on his, I was inside him, so that penalty has also been removed, but we are now down to last once again, and LC Speed Demon is absolutely pulverising the lap times. He is looking very good as Davey takes the lead, but I don't think that's going to be for long. I think LC will take the victory here, but we're going to do everything we can to stop that, but I don't think we're going to be able to, as they're going through like Spoon now. Is going to go at the inside of Mario, so that was a key move. We need to get rid of him as soon as possible, and that's moved down up into P12. He gave us a lot of space. Very clean driver he is, which is good for me and the league. As you can see here, round that corner, looking to get a good exit. Now Matt is just ahead. We're going to look to get to him slipstream and hopefully make the move into 130. We need to make this move. He's got a poor exit for some reason, and we managed to get him before the corner. I don't know what happened there on his exit, but we managed to make the move and into P11. Now next was Honeycomb Maze on lap 17. Maybe look up his inside as well, as our tyres are pretty much dead here on lap 17. We've given him the space, but he's run wide, and we're up into P10. As I can tell you that we're going to look to get a good enough exit here to maybe start attacking the other drivers. You see our tyres are really bad, but we decided to stay out because the rain is coming at near the end of the race, so we're going to look to hold out for that. As you can see on lap 18 now, our teammate is the car ahead, and a couple of more cars are into the pits. I'm not sure who that is. I think that might be LC actually, who is just ahead. I'm not 100% sure though as we come out there. I think it is actually. Let's just check up on that. No, it's Honeycomb Maze, but I think LC might be behind him. So I think LC might have pitted from the lead of the race, and he's gone into another set of the options, which we're trying to stretch our prime stint out all the way to the end of the race, which is going to be a challenge, but hopefully we can do it. As you can see right behind Def to Trout now. Our teammate, hopefully he can let us through, but I'm not expecting him to. But he practically does though, as he runs wide off into the gravel, and that's that move done up into P6. And there it is, LC is right behind us now. Footy's got a poor exit as well, so hopefully we can attack him, but LC's going to be attacking us down into 1. Can we get past Footy? He's got DRS, but we've got Slipstream and the better exit. We're going to look up his inside here into turn 1, and we've managed to hit the back of him. He was going very slowly there for some reason. We're going to try and let him through, but we've let LC through as well, which is an absolute disaster. So LC moves up into P4, Footy down to P5, me into P6, but we're looking around his outside now, and we've managed to make the move. So we've managed to make the move back from Footy up into P5, so as you were. And now, as you see, LC has a massive lag spike, and he's down into P5 now, and we're up into P4. This is unbelievable scenes here in the Japanese Grand Prix. We've managed to somehow, someway get up into P4 as Jazza leads. From a couple of cars just ahead, Tom Chambers, I'm not sure who that is. As you can see, lap 21 got a terrible exit. Our tyres are absolutely dead now, and LC takes back P4 as he deserves. And that's another car into the pit, so Davey, so I think, or no, I think that might have been Jazz, I'm not 100% sure, but we're up into P3 now. It's absolutely unbelievable scenes here at the Japanese Grand Prix as it is starting to rain here. And look at this, we're battling full position. If it starts raining even considerably, then we might have a chance at the win, but I doubt that very highly. And on lap 22, as you can see here, the rain is not coming down. I think it is raining currently, but it's not coming down anywhere near enough for us to be on the inters. And here, Tom Chambers has been passed by LC, and we've gone on the curb, we've locked up, a disaster, we've ran into the gravel, and that's going to be Rage Wise and David running through, and that's our tyres in deep trouble. But Rez is an absolute mile behind, 11.8 seconds, so that's our aim, just to keep that. And on lap 24, the guys ahead have absolutely pulled clear, 5.4, and Rez is pretty much right behind us, 1.8, he's gained so much time. And we've run into the gravel, and he's just going to go through there, I believe. I think we're just going to let him through because we don't need to battle him at all. Def to Trout, the next car, is now an absolute mile behind, 14 seconds. We've only got 3 laps left. And here, lap 25, it is now pouring it down here. It's time for inters. I think a car's already come in before us, so it's time for inters. Yeah, Rez has already come in. So as you can see here, we've come in for our second stop. I think we've been the best in terms of the amount of pit stops. Only 2 stops in this race, and that is the reason why we are currently 5th. I think we might move down to 6th in a minute, but I think, yeah, 6th. Is there going to be another car that goes through? I think there might be one more. So we're going to be down to 7th here, but we're going to look to chase down the rest of the pack to hopefully pick up a top 5 place. That would be amazing. I think Rage chose the inters but got put on options, which is an absolute disaster for him. As you can see, lap 26, Marilioso's ran wide, so we're going to look around his outside with a better grip because it is now into conditions. We have made that move, and P6 would be an absolute amazing after being last at 3 points, I think, during this race, 4 maybe. We'd come home in P6. You can see here on the final lap, Rage-wise on those option tyres, of course, is now 3.9 seconds clear. Will he be able to finish the race? It's absolutely into conditions now, down into the final chicane. Can we get a good enough exit to maybe challenge him? He's going to get a very bad exit indeed. He has. He's pulled off into the pits. He's got a shocking exit. He's gone to the pits. We're up into Rich. Are we going to be able to pass him across the line? Yes, we are. We've managed to come home in an ecstatic P5. LC takes victory, as you can see there on the screen. Cameron Davey in 2nd. Tom James in 3rd. Rez, the reserve, comes home in 4th. And I come home in 5th. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, find it in the description below. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.